Welcome to Show's World Gamers, Josh here, and welcome back to Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. We are playing the game here on the Nintendo Switch 2, and I want to thank you for joining us today as we're taking on Competition 69. That's right, we are jumping into Competition 69. We got a Mario 3 challenge, we got a Kid Icarus challenge, we got an Excite Bike challenge, we got a good old classic Donkey Kong challenge, and we have the Master 4-star difficulty Kirby Adventure Challenge. All right, as we get in here though, do me a quick favor. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, and if you're enjoying these videos, hit that like button. Yeah, pound that like button, it helps us out. But we're going to get in here, we're going to take on this week's challenges. So in this video, what we'll do is we'll just jump in and check each of these out, just kind of see what they have to offer, and then right afterwards in the same video we will go back and we will finalize our scores, and then at the end we will see how we stacked up against other gamers from around the world. But let's take a look at what challenges we got this week. So we got Mario 3 Coin Collector. These are all challenges that we have had in the competitions before. Moving on, Kid Icarus, Picture Perfect. Not the biggest fan of that one, but we'll see what we can do. Heating Up in Excite Bike. We got to keep working on those nose dives. I haven't perfected that yet. We'll see if we can get it. And then one of my favorite games of all time, absolutely goated, Donkey Kong Lost and Found. And we'll finish up with Kirby's Adventure Wheels Down. That's where we have to use that wheel power up and get through an area. It's actually a pretty fun one. But we'll start at the top here with Coin Collector in Mario 3. In the little sub-world there, we have to get all the coins as fast as possible. And that was not it. That is not it. All right, that was really slow. Our best time's a 195. See if we can beat that this week. You got to get that first jump just right. Oh, not bad, not bad. 2 seconds, 2 seconds. All right, that's a good starting point. We'll come back and finalize that, see if we can beat that 195. But we're going to move on to Pitch Perfect in Kid Icarus. All right, we got to take out all of these little things. Now, the one in the middle we have to hit last is, I think, the rule here on this one. Oops. All right, that wasn't a very good jump to start. All right, all right. Struggling. Floating too far. All right, 7-2-1. Not a bad start. And S right off the bat. All right. That's a good starting point. Like I said, we'll finalize all these scores and improve on them. But I just wanted to check out each one of these real quick. All right, this is a long one. I should have watched the little video to see exactly what we're up against here on this one. Oh, no. All right, that was rough. We missed that one thing, and it just kind of threw off the whole thing, but we'll come back. We'll finalize that. We'll improve. All right, on to Donkey Kong. All right, this is a fun one. This is a fun one. All right, let's see what we can do here. Okay, we got to beat the little dude up to the top. Oh, we really wanted him to be on the other side. I think that's going to... Oh, it actually almost worked. All right, let's try that again. We want him to come up the left side, but he's going up the right side again. All right, not bad, 12-3-8. That's a pretty good score right there. All right, not our best, though. We will look to improve on that. And we're down to Wheels Down. All right, this one can be a little tricky here. All right, we got to keep the wheel ability. I got to remember how to do that part right there. This beginning part's pretty basic. You just keep going forward. And if you time this just right, you can jump up and... All right. How do we... All right. We're going to have to figure that out. We're going to have to figure that out. All right, that does not work. I'm not sure why that one didn't work. I thought we had that down pretty good. All right, we'll get this. We'll get this. We need to beat 15-18. That's our best. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. We got... All right. So I kind of got it there. So we'll come back. We'll go ahead and we'll start finalizing all these here in just a moment. So wheels down. We'll have to get that one down. I think we can improve on that score we have, though. I think it's an okay score, but I think there is some room for improvement this week. None of these we've gotten the world record in yet. Last week we only got one world record. I want to keep that streak going and get at least one. I'd like to get multiple. We'll see what we can do. But all right, let's go ahead and start finalizing these scores. All right, time to start finalizing scores. We'll start with Coin Collector, Mario 3. Our time right now is 2 seconds. We have done better than that. Let's see if we can improve. Ooh, 196. That is a pretty good score. That's just 1/100th of a second off from our personal best. All right, we've actually gotten 196 a couple times. Can't shave off that last 100th of a second to get to our all-time record, but I think that's a pretty good score. We're going to go ahead and move on to Picture Perfect. See what we can do in this one. All right, 7... Oh. All right, 683. That ties our best ever. All right, we've been going for quite a while. I think that's 683. That ties our best ever. I think that's a pretty good score. We are going to move on to Heating Up. Our current time is at 36:36. I think we can improve on that one. All right, 29.51. That is our best ever. Let's go. All right, we are moving on to Lost and Found in Donkey Kong. See if we can improve on this one. Our current time is at 12:38. I think, let me see. We have done better, so we can improve. All right, 12:08. That's a little bit better. All right, we keep going. We keep getting right around that 12:10 mark. So I think we're going to stick with 12:08. We may come back and try and improve on this one. We can definitely improve. I mean, that's not the best score we've ever gotten on here, but we are going to move on to Wheels Down on Kirby's Adventure. Been struggling at this one. Let's see what we can do here. All right, our current time is not an S, so we got a raise to go. All right, 15:35. That's a pretty good score right there. All right, I think we're going to stick with that 1535 for now. We keep getting right around that score. All right, so just our scores so far. I may come back and try and kind of improve on these last two. The other ones I'm feeling okay about. Maybe heating up, trying to improve on that one. But these last two, I'd like to get in here. We'll see what we can do. If not, we'll go ahead and jump forward now and see how we stacked up against other gamers from around the world. And we are back to see how we did. But first, we get our first look at Competition 70. All right, looks like we have Zelda 2, Mario, Kirby, Mario 3, and the legendary, ooh, that's going to be a tough one, 5-star difficulty in Metroid. All right, well, the results are in. Let's get in here and see how we stacked up this week. All right, we'll start at the top with Coin Collector. In Mario 3, our time was a 196. I think that was our best all time was a 195, so we have done a little bit better than this, but hey, that's not bad. Not bad. Top 4%. That's a gold medal to see if we can get all golds this week. All right, at the age group, we got 6th place. We'll take that. We'll take that. All right, moving on to Kid Icarus. Picture perfect. Let's see how we did on this one. Our time was a 683, 123. That's top 7%. All gold so far. 6th place. Hey, 2 6th places in a row at the age. All right, moving on to heating up in Excite Bike. All right, let's see how we stacked up. Our time was a 29.51, 110. Top 6%. All right, at the age group. There's only 86 of us. We got 7th place in this one. All right, top 9%. So far, so good. Down to the last two. All right, lost and found in DK. Let's see how we stacked up. Our time was a 12.08, 135. All right, top 8%. That's another gold. Keeping it going, keeping it going. All right, 83 of us. 9th place this time. All right, 11%. All top 10 so far at the age group. All right, last one. This is one we really struggled with. Kirby's Adventure, Wheels Down. Let's see. Are we getting all golds this week? Our time was a 1535, 244. Ooh, we barely scraped through. All right, this is it. At the age group, we've been in the top 10. Only 67, 13th place. Top 20, we barely scraped through with the gold medal. All right, all golds this week. Let's go. All right, but hey, we have a whole new week of challenges. Let's take a quick gander what we got here. We got Zelda 2, Fairy Finder, Block Party. These are all ones we've had before. Oh, it looks like we did have the world record. Let's see if we can equalize that. In Fairy Finder, we got Block Party, where we have to hit all the blocks as fast as possible in 1-2, that very first line of blocks there. We got Busting Up Bonkers and Kirby. We're going to have to take out Bonkers. We got Quick Step. That can be kind of a tough one. And we have Escape Expert, which has been in here before. Our rank was 23. Not terrible. Not terrible. All right, we'll look to improve on that. All right, well, I do want to thank you guys for joining us on this video. Do me a favor, if you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And we hope to see you on the next one. Shows World out.